Hi everyone. So today there is one topic that I've been doing research for like the last 1 week, and it is basically that why China is really obsessed with Taiwan and what are the reasons that really China wants to take over Taiwan, and what are the geographical and the demographic impact of if Taiwan somehow goes into the China's hand, how that is going to affect the global trade and commerce, and how that is going to affect the Western countries and India also, because that is really matters the most, right? So that is the reason, there is a simple reason that why US always interfere a lot when it comes to Taiwan. Because if you'll see the map, like the world map, you will see that geographically Taiwan covers the most important part. Why I'm saying like this? Because if you will see the map, you can see that Taiwan, beneath the Taiwan there is Philippines, and there above Taiwan there is Japan, South Korea, and obviously China, right? The thing with China is that he wants to take control over Taiwan. The number one reason is there is a company named TMSC. So there is this one company which is in Taiwan, and that the specialty about that company is basically that it makes the 90% semiconductor of the world. Its name is TMSC, and if you will go on the Google and if you will search about it, you will get all the feed that why TMSC is such a very important part of the global electronic gadgets and devices that you generally see. There might be a possibility that the phone with which you're watching this video could have a semiconductor which was made by TMSC. It could be a possibility because 90% of the semiconductors are always made by TMSC. So that is the number one reason is money. China wants to take over Taiwan because 90% of the semiconductors are controlled by Taiwan, which means that if China takes control over Taiwan, it could give China a soft power over the entire planet electronic gadgets and devices. Because if you will know, there is Silicon Valley in America, right? Which means that America needs a very huge amount of semiconductors. Even India needs huge amount of semiconductors. So that is the reason why China really wants to take Taiwan, because China thinks that Taiwan, because if you will see the people distribution between China and Taiwan. So China and Taiwan in late 1940s, China was obviously it was handled by the nationalists. But what happened after 1940s is that the communists started taking the power. So now the people that you see in China are communist, and the people of Taiwan are nationalist. I mean, not now, but in the 1940s, in the late 1930s and 40s, they were the nationalists of China. But after the liberation, the Chinese, the communist in China, they started taking raging war against the nationalists, and the nationalists then have to left the China and then have to settle down in the Taiwan. So that's the reason why China is right now, the China and the government of China is a communist government. So it's like a single party, single government. The people of the China have no choice any policy, and it's somehow it is advantage and it is also a disadvantage, because the policies which are made by China, the people of China, whether they like it or they don't like it, they have to follow it. They don't have any choice. That's the thing with a communist party. India is not like that. In India, if you will see the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when he brought the farms law, after 8-10 months, the government have to have to take the bill away, because there was a high pressure from the farmers and the protest was ongoing for the almost 1 year. So Prime Minister at the end of the day, he has to take the law back. But that's not the case with the China, because China is a communist government, which means the people of China don't really have any choice. They have to follow the policy. Somehow it is good, but it has a lot of advantages, but it also has a lot of disadvantages as well. And Taiwan, on the other hand, Taiwan is a people, the nationalist people of China who left China in the late 1940s. They settled because Taiwan was the closest island to China. If you will see the geographical map, you can configure that the Taiwan is the border of the island Taiwan is just 130 kilometers from the Chinese border. So that's why the people, the nationalists, they fled from China and got settled out in the Taiwan. And now Taiwan controls the 90% semiconductor production in the entire world, which means that it is a huge economic, you can say, point. That's why if you will see, America always interfere a lot when it comes to Taiwan. If you will see in the South China Sea, and anytime whenever China wants to be aggressive, and they started like sending their like 8, 9, 10 aircraft carriers, that's the same time when US also started sending their carriers as well, because they don't want to take any kind of risk when it comes to Taiwan, because they know that Taiwan is the most right now, because obviously if you'll see, the technology around the globe is evolving, and we are also evolving, and the technology is also evolving, and we need more electronic gadgets, right? So they know that America knows that Taiwan, at any cost, they can't afford to lose Taiwan. And that's the reason, if you will see the geographical map in Taiwan and China, you will see that Taiwan, beneath that there is Philippines, above that there is South Korea, Japan. There you will see there are numerous of American base camps are there in this country. In if you we are we, right now, it is, I think today is what, 8 September 2024. In the January 2024, America has made their latest two base camps in the northern Philippines, which is right behind, just under the Taiwan. And if you will see in Japan also has more than like 3 or 4 base camps for the US troops. And if you will see South Korea also has like 2 3 base camps. So it's like a circle. The American troops have made that kind of a boundary, so that China would at least be scared to take control over Taiwan. And they know that if they want to wage war against Taiwan, they have to face the full military by the American troops as well. So that is the reason why China is little bit nervous right now. But obviously China considered Taiwan to be the part of it. But there is one more thing that I want to discuss, is that Chinese people don't consider Taiwan as a country. Even America don't consider Taiwan as a country. I mean, not as a country. They do consider China as a Taiwan as a country, but people America also consider just China to be the one country. There are not two Chinas, because majority, if you will see, Taiwan is consist with also Chinese people who fled from China to Taiwan, but they are also the Chinese people. But Taiwan is not really recognized by the China. Taiwan is not really recognized by the China. So that's also one of the things where Taiwan doesn't get respect by China as well. So I hope I try to explain this topic. If you could gain any kind of value through it, I would be really grateful for that. And if you have any suggestion, you can comment down in the comment section. And bye.